So yeah, there's this dude, Chiefsaholic, right?
He's not the football guy.
He's a football fan. Yeah, he's a super fan for the Chiefs.
Okay.
Kansas City Chiefs, and he would go to every single game, have a wolf costume on, right? And he was like known. Everybody knew him because of him being in every game and just being like, a character essentially. And what he would do, he would go to every single Chief game, and on an away, when they would be playing away, he would go to that city and he would rob a bank.
And then go to the
and
game?
then go to the game. And so everyone wondered essentially like how he had all this money for every single Chiefs game, even on the road, and like pretty much in the front row. And he was robbing banks essentially.
So I remember the guy that had the wolf costume on, but I did not know about him robbing
Yeah, he
banks.
robbed a ton.
Did he get caught?
Yeah, got caught as fuck.
So he's
It's a
doing
crazy
time right
story.
now?
Yeah, he's doing 17 years. It's
He only
a
got 17?
crazy story though. It's on.
How many banks did he rob?
There's a documentary about it on one of the streaming platforms. What'd you say?
How many banks did he rob?
At least. Dante. Yeah. How many banks did that dude Chiefsaholic rob?
I think he was accused of 9.
He was accused of 9, but you know that's at least 17.
Damn, dude.
And there was this guy, right? So
Did he ever kill anyone? No.
No, he didn't kill anyone.
Oh, that's badass then.
And so there was this guy who was a police officer, and his bond or whatever to get him out of jail was like 80 grand. And so this guy was a Chiefs fan, and he knew who he was because this Chiefsaholic fella, like he was a popular guy. Like,
No, I remember seeing him on ESPN and like all the videos and him at the tailgates with the costumes on. I remember all that shit. I just didn't know. I don't know how the fuck I didn't see this documentary.
And so I think it's new. And so
Yeah.
11 banks.
11.
So this cop
Jesus.
the cop wanted to
Like, fuck
help
a
him
day
out.
job?
Yeah, I guess so. And he gambled like crazy too. Like
Okay.
I think
I was
that's
gonna say,
why
why?
that's a conspiracy. I think why he was robbing all these banks because he was losing.
So he was
big bet
Patrick
and-
Swayze in Point Blank with
and
Keanu Reeves.
he would bet big, like big money. And so this cop rolled the dice with him, and they show them interacting. There's a camera following them. He like breaks them out of. When I say breaks them out of jail, I mean like legally.
Yeah.
And basically, if this Chiefsaholic guy messes up in any way, this cop has to pay 80 grand. And I don't remember the exact specifics behind that, but anyway, so he gets him out. He puts a tracker underneath his car, right? And he's tracking him, and he's going to like different targets all the time or something like that. And there's one around the corner from him, so he knows he's up to something. And then he can't find him, and the guy Chiefsaholic gets rid of the ankle brace that he has. Like he cuts it off of him and just goes on the run and robs more banks. So this guy is about to be out 80 grand, and he's trying to find him. And he's like, he put a tracker on his mom's car, and whatever. So he was,
Jesus.
and he couldn't find him, and then he paid the 80 grand, and he was like really pissed about it. It was all on camera and stuff in this documentary. And that day they got him somehow.
Wow.
But dick move on Chiefsaholic's part, because this cop was being a genuine human, saying like, hey, I'll get you out, but like you have to do the right thing.
It's
And he
probably
just
so hard to
didn't
trust
do-
someone in that too.
Yeah.
Like maybe he thought the cop was just, you're paranoid. You're not making rash decisions at that moment. So I could see that.
They showed him watching the Super Bowl, and he had like a bet that he won 170 grand or something like that.
Wow.
So he would bet big, and so that's why he had to rob banks, because he wasn't
What a
always
life
winning
that guy was living.
170 grand. Yeah.
Talk about a double life.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's just a normal dude outside of that.
But getting away with bank robberies to me is really badass. Like getting away with it.
Yeah, 100%. That's what I'm saying. Have you ever seen the movie Point Break with Patrick Swayze and Keanu
No.
Reeves? Oh, such a good movie. Anyways.
But nowadays, especially because this was relatively recent.
Yeah.
This Chiefsaholic fella. So
Yeah.
he was just getting away with it, and I don't know how you do that with how everything's.
I mean, you just have to like know what you're doing, be wicked efficient, and like plan it out. Obviously,
He was also wearing the wolf mask that he would wear to the games while he robbed the banks.
the same one.
Yeah.
Not even different type of
Yeah,
wolf.
not intelligent on his part.
Wow.
And it was
That
every
is pretty crazy.
and it was every Chiefs game too that was an away game. So they ended up putting the pieces together.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know what is it on Netflix?
What's it on that day? I don't know what that means.
Prime.
Prime. It's on Prime.
Prime. Optimus Prime. Have you ever seen Transformers?
Transformers?
Yeah.
No, when there's real humans in movies that there's something unrealistic like giant robots or like Ninja Turtles, for example, with Megan Fox, how it's people, but then these cartoon characters, I have trouble taking those movies serious.
Like
Not saying they're
Guardians
bad.
of the Galaxy with like the fox, and it's all. You haven't seen that one?
No, but I've heard of it. I haven't
Yeah.
seen a lot of movies.
Well, yeah. It's the same type of
I like
thing.
documentaries.
It's like real people with creatures, as you said. They have like a fox. I haven't seen it either.
I can do something like
People
Harry
go crazy
Potter.
for that. What is it?
I can do like a Harry Potter or something.
Oh, Harry Potter's my shit.
Yeah, low key, me too.
I fuck with it. Have you seen them all?
I haven't seen all of them, but I've seen up to the fourth one.
Honestly, usually I watch a lot of them through Christmas time for whatever reason, because I don't know if it's the first one or Sorcerer's Stone or the second one. They have like the Christmas scene in it is like very cool.
I think it's the first one, right? Sorcerer's
Is it?
Stone. Is that Sorcerer's Stone?
Yeah. It also gets super dark. I remember I went to, I think, I don't know how old I was when they came out. I'm having a hard time with that.
We were
'Cause,
young.
Like, I would see them in theaters with like my mom, a couple of her friends and their kids and everything. And it was always a great time. But I remember after the third or fourth one, I'm saying to myself, okay, I'm kind of scared to go to bed tonight.
Yeah.
A little bit. And used to just be kind of a little more playful.
It's a wild plot. I mean, if you remember too, so his parents die, which is like tragic, and then he lives with his aunt and uncle who are pieces of shit. They like lock him in his room. He has this tiny little room under the stairs.
Yeah, borderline DSS should be involved.
It's like real abuse type shit. And so
You think he was getting sexually assaulted by that thick guy too? His dad? Or his like stepdad?
well, when you watch it, he's just clearly such a dirtbag that I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. I can see a gay scene with Harry and Dudley.
Who's Dudley? Is that his uncle?
Nah, he's the uncle's kid. And he lives
Oh,
with the fat
right,
one
yes,
who was always
yes.
a troublemaker.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, they treated Harry. Poor Harry, dude.
I went to that Harry Potter, and it was the last one. Whatever the name of the last one is. But it was a Broadway in New York City. So good. I've never seen
was a
like
play?
a live play in a long time. Yeah. We used to do that for field trips at school.
How did they fly around on brooms?
The props they use are crazy. The props they use are pretty crazy. Dude, people would just like disappear on stage. Would there be trap doors and stuff? I'm assuming.
Right.
But they would time it perfectly, and the acting was very, very good as well. But it was a different type date night thing to do. I don't know. It was pretty cool. Your mic's good right there, I'd say.
Word.
Yeah. But
Yeah, don't have the little clip thing. And they don't sell them at Hunt's. I went before this to get a little clip thing, and it wasn't there.
you could
Come on,
that's an Amazon here tomorrow type thing though.
Yeah.
For $4. But oh yeah, the guy in Revere was saying, Revere, Massachusetts, for those of you listening, and he's an illegal immigrant, and he got caught with an AR-15 loaded with a bunch of different types of drugs and like 11 pounds, or I forget how many pounds exactly
Of weed?
fentanyl
Oh,
and
fentanyl?
cocaine. Yeah, and
11 pounds of fentanyl.
he had
is
yeah.
so much.
Like that's the picture what it looks like. If you can see that. But I don't know, and it was on that hotel off Route 1. Like the Quality Inn, it's called. You know
Oh,
where
yes.
you're coming?
I do
It
know
was
what you're
literally
talking
at
about.
that hotel.
I do know what you're talking about.
And people that live around there, I guess it's a shelter in place for illegals. That's what it is. You can like, when you claim, what's that thing when you claim asylum or whatever it is?
Like you're crazy?
No, it's for an immigrant.
You said it's asylum. so-
Immigration type thing. You like claim asylum, and they can't send you back until your case is heard or something. So you stay in the U.S., but we're just like letting them allowed to live at those, and they get 3 square meals a day for free.
So this dude had a bunch of guns or just the AR?
I think he had a couple smaller guns, and the AR-15 was just loaded. His name's Leonardo Sanchez. He was only 28. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, 5 kilos.
I don't know what that means.
It's up to $1 million in street value.
Oh, wow.
I guess. So, kind of crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
People that live around there are very upset because It used to just be a shady hotel. I'm assuming prostitution might have occurred there. Nothing too crazy, you know what I mean? But now you have a full amount of illegal immigrants that aren't from your country at all that live there. And there's probably just going to be some things that you're not used to that are going to be going down at that hotel when you've been living there for 20 years or something, you know?
It's off a highway.
Like, hey, Deborah, like the husband would say, living across the street, shit's going down, like this big drug buy is going down over there. It used to not be that. But, I don't know, that would kind of freak me out.
Yeah. You don't want that in your neighborhood. I'm not saying, I don't know. You don't want crime in your neighborhood. But
I did think of a hypothetical today.
Okay.
It's not a serious one, transitioning from immigrantation talk, but would you rather be a man with tits or a vagina, but you live the rest of your life heterosexually? So like you still can marry a woman, you can have a family, you can have kids, but you just have to live as a man. Like you would look the same, but you would just have tits.
But you said a vagina too.
No, I'm saying you would have tits in one scenario, and in the other scenario, you don't have tits, but you have a vagina instead of a dick.
Which one would I pick?
Which one would you pick? And like you live your life as a heterosexual male.
So how big are the titties?
I'd say like the biggest B cup or the smallest C cup, not like double D's. So like you would still have a dick, so you could fuck your wife hypothetically.
Right. Yep.
And the other one, you just have a vagina, but you wouldn't have tits.
So
but then again, no one in public would probably know.
So it's not like an A cup or something. It would be like a B cup.
With titties?
With the lowest it could be is a B cup.
It's gonna be, it has to be the highest B cup or the lowest C cup in that range.
I'd probably pick having titties.
Yeah.
What about you?
I was thinking that too. It'd be tough to wear in public, but you could just find like some decent lesbian chicks like still fucking with a dick. You know?
Steve-O is about to get a breast implant, he said.
Yeah, he was gonna get double D's though.
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
I'm sorry, if he did that, I would think there's something a little, like that's going a little too far. I mean, he's gone pretty far before for jokes. The stuff he's done, it's crazy. Like, I remember watching that as a kid vividly, that show Wild Boys with him and Chris Pontius. Great show.
I love Steve-O. But the titties thing is not really like a stunt, or it's not gnarly to me.
I know.
He's a gnarly guy.
I agree as well, but that's what I'm saying. It's not. It's in a different category, but at the same time, it would be like, what the fuck are you doing? Dude?
Right. That's kind of how I feel.
This isn't a funny bit.
Because I back up everything about Steve-O. I love him. But yeah, it's just not. I don't know. It's just not a.
He put a hook through his
thing.
mouth on Wild Boys. You remember this? He was like, "It's time to go fishing," and he put a hook through his cheek and then swam in the ocean with it.
That was Jackass, I believe.
Was it Jackass?
Yeah, when with sharks, right?
Yeah, and then
that was Jackass
I remember him and Chris Pontius were hanging from a branch with all of this raw meat carcass around him. Lions were underneath it, jumping up on him. They're in like thongs or something, or with like a lion shirt on or something.
That's the stuff that, he's wild. I love him. Always have. Met him before. Great guy.
Did you ever play Jackass when you were a kid?
Oh, I went through a hard
did.
Jackass phase. Yeah, from probably age 10 to 18.
We would make fake ones. We would do some. We would do things that you thought were terrible, and then you look back and you just like, wow, that's not that bad.
It's a cool concept. I really like it. Jackass,
Yeah.
It's funny too. They like dress up in costumes and.
They would just fuck with a lot of people in the public too. That was also really.
But they
funny.
never harmed anybody in the public either. They make it a thing that they like never hurt them or something. But they would say crazy things and be dressed up like the devil or something.
Remember the one with Johnny Knoxville? He's dressed up as an old man and it looks dynamite.
Yeah.
And he has the scooter. There's a ton of bits, but I remember there's one where he pretends the electric scooter, it has no brakes, and he's going down the hill and he's like, my brakes! My brakes! And people are like running full speed.
Thinking it's real.
Yeah. And he's just like, oh my God, that was going to last.
Because when he gets dressed up as an old man, it really does look like he's an old man. That's some good makeup. But there's a bit that they did with a bike, and someone would be riding a bike with a fake kid on the back. It was in a kid's seat, and then they'd fall. And so all these people are just rushing over, all concerned.
I seen one now where, this is a recent one, not a Jackass affiliated. The guy's pushing a carriage in a grocery store, and it's a fake baby. But the stroller thing's like this, so you can't see the head. You know what I mean? And it's a fake baby, obviously. It's crying. He's like, yo, shut the fuck. Oh, god damn! And he goes down an aisle.
I might have seen that.
And there's a bunch of women. They go, oh my god!
I saw that actually. We saw it online.
He's like, I told
right?
you to stop crying, bitch. And like smacks it, and the thing just goes like this. Oh, those people are mortified.
For the record, though, when I see someone with riding a bike in the street with cars going by and they have their kid on the bike, I think that's really, really dumb. I judge that hard.
People in Somerville and Cambridge, it's a very, very bike heavy.
People stop at red lights and stuff with their kid on the back. It's dumb.
Yeah, Somerville and Cambridge,
It's
it's a
dumb.
very...
What if someone rear-ended you? Your kid's dead.
I know. In Somerville and Cambridge...
Yeah, it's one thing if they trust themselves riding the bike, but it's just like you don't know what someone's, you know?
Yeah, the bike heavy towns that I work in, you see... Sometimes I see a woman in the morning and it's like half raining. She's flying down the street and the kid on the back is less than 2 years old, I'd say. Like a little older, maybe just 2. And she's whipping. That's fucked to me.
Yeah, me too. I don't think it's intelligent at all. It's not a good move.
Especially with all the big trucks and stuff, it's very hard to see because they'll just go when you're turning right. Especially when you're in a big truck, like you sit up so you can't see them down here. You need to have the fisheye, they call it. It comes off the nose of the truck above your front right headlight, and you can see it. It's like a circle. School buses have them, big trucks have them, but that allows you to see your blind spot. If you don't check that and you turn right, that person's fucking dead, basically.
I'm not fond of bikers, dude. Especially the ones that stop at stoplights thinking they're a car. I just think it says a lot about you. I'm judging it.
And just a lot of the roads in Boston in general, like around now, they were built for fucking horses, dude.
Yeah.
And like we're trying to fit cars and bikes on
Driving
those
in
roads.
Cambridge is a
and
nightmare.
traffic parking, you can't do it. I don't know. I get it. I get why they have to do the biking thing. Like I'm not against that, but it's still fucking annoying.
It's
shit
very annoying
when you're driving a car. And they have the bus lane thing now. They do that everywhere. Like you see them around Malden. It's painted all red. It says bus only.
Yeah.
On the right side of the road.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah.
It's terrible. I can't even drive. Going to Somerville now, it's technically a 5.5 mile ride. Sometimes takes 35 minutes.
Right. I've been driving in Cambridge lately, and dude, Cambridge is a shit show.
Yeah.
Everything, Boston in general, it's just everything's a one way.
Wesley's right next to Porter Square too.
Right.
So is that what your building is that you go to a lot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like it's on the Somerville Cambridge line.
That's supposed to be nice, right?
Yeah.
With fucking
We're
Doug
rolling.
Glass on there, right?
Who is it?
Doug Glass.
Doug Glatt.
What
Truba.
What team are you talking about?
The Rangers.
Is it Rempe?
Matt Rempe, yeah.
He's just
Oh, hockey. Got it.
That's Doug Glass.
He's like 6'9", that Rempe guy. He's 260 pounds or something. He's fucking huge.
6'9". That's a line. That's a
260,
lineman in the
270.
NFL.
He's like that. He's that big. Yeah, he's a big ass dude, but
You think you got a hammer?
he definitely has a big dick. Just proportionately.
Perfect, hey, perfect segue. You know,
Russian fella.
No, he's not Russian. I don't know if he's from the U.S. or not. Let me look it up. But he gets suspended out of 1/3 of the games he's played.
Really?
He's only played 22 games. I think he's been suspended like 8 games out of those, or 7 or something. Something along those lines. Yeah, the Rangers suck. He's only 22.
Does he fight a lot?
Oh, he's from Canada. He's from Calgary.
Is he the enforcer?
Oh, so he's 6'9", 255. Sorry, I lied. I said 260.
That's so large, dude.
Yeah, that's a big dude. Even the guy in Curry. Remember that you met him? That kid Jack? Before. I don't know. He was 6'9", and
Do you play?
same thing.
Do you play
hockey.
sport?
He played hockey. Even when he would just lay his body against you on the boards, just to like take the puck away, not even full on like I'm gonna try to hit you in practice. You'd be like, I'm not going anywhere. You're just against the boards like that.
Disclaiming if you're listening, Murph played hockey in college.
Yeah, but I mean,
This
you're
is
talking
some-
100 pound discrepancy in weight. It's
Yeah.
insane. You feel that.
Yeah, right.
You feel that. It's painful. I've seen him like hurt people pretty bad.
There's a reason why when there's fighting going on, whether it's the UFC or boxing, why you fight your weight.
Yeah.
Because
It's also pretty bullshit when a guy's, I don't know what the cut-ups are for weight, but if a guy's 200 pounds walking around as, and he can cut down,
to like 150.
yeah, even like 185, like I don't know what the cutoff like heavyweight or light heavyweight is, but guys that are on the cusp, either way, you can make it an advantage to yourself. Kind of.
Conor McGregor, when he was fighting at 145, I think it was, he looks like he was about to die. He probably walks around 175.
It's so
right?
brutal. It's like the close. You're coming close to death when you do that.
Yeah,
shit. You really are. You're depleting your body.
Fighters are another type.
You
of
see the little thing they go in? I think their necks maybe exposed, and it's a sauna for their body. It heats it up to an insane amount, and you just lose all this water weight. That's why you've seen them sometimes when they go to weigh in, they're almost gonna faint. They're
Right.
walking like that. I've seen videos like that.
I respect the hell out of it, but I'd be so bummed if I was getting hit in the face every single day.
It's a fucked up sport.
It's like
It's sick. I love watching
me too.
it. I could never.
I respect it.
I couldn't do it.
I couldn't do it either. It's a lot of brain trauma, but just getting hit in the face, kicked in the face, especially if you're in UFC.
I don't think there's probably any.
Getting kicked
I'm picturing
in the face is doesn't sound appealing to me in the slightest.
Try to get kneed in the face.
I know. Oh, I know, dude.
I've seen full knees just go boom, cave a guy's forehead in almost.
Yeah. You know what's wild is the
I'm thinking of that. It just hurts.
slapping competition.
So I didn't know that. I finally looked at a full video. I guess they get 3 slaps, and that's a round or something.
I only watched
They
the
might do
knockout
multiple. I
videos.
don't know if they do 1 round or 3 rounds. 3 rounds would be fucked. But it's 3 slaps I've seen. Bang, bang, bang. Because I've seen guys last 3 slaps.
Dude, their faces
But-
by the end are just swollen.
I don't know if they judge after that and who got the. But each guy got knocked out 1.5 times. They got full on slap to the head. They go down. Then they're like, all right, get up, boy, get up, get up. And they're trying to pick him up. And he stands up after like 7 seconds and he looks and he's like, I'm good, I'm good. And then he slaps the guy.
Yeah, it's so fucking crazy. And there's people behind them for if they get knocked out.
I've seen a video of for some kid. Doesn't look that. He's not huge. He's pretty ripped though. He's like tiny though. He would be in the lightweight division, I feel like. But it's just a fucking redneck in the South. Does a bunch of garage workouts and he just does power slam. And he fucking knocks people out. And he's just mad fun. He's packing a lip. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna fuck these people up. It's so funny. Those people are tapped.
So
That's more tapped than UFC because you know you just have to take a slap to the face, just no protection.
just a fucking blow to the cheek.
They're gonna come out with the same thing, but it's gonna be punching each other in the dick soon. That would be intense.
That would be intense. But that slapping stuff, it's just
Like imagine your ball bag just imagine it like just exploding on impact.
And the new Jackass, one of them gets hit by some big fighter in the nuts.
Yeah, that was a thing for guys for a while.
And then you
doing
had kids
sack
after.
wax.
You had
Remember
kids
doing sack wax
after.
people?
Oh yeah.
But if you got hit in the dick, it didn't hurt as bad. When it was dick and balls,
Here's the thing about
it's decapitating.
Here's the thing about smacking someone in the balls back when you were like a kid with your buddies or whatever is it was so funny, right? It was the funniest thing.
Because they're just in agony. They're in agony. It's so sick.
But then you knew that they were gonna get you back, so that part was terrifying.
I remember vividly,
And then they get you back, and it would suck.
this kid
Karma.
in 7th grade, dude, he was like yawning like this, reaching back. I took a full-blown textbook and just threw it on his nuts and dick. And it was a thick-ass history book. He was crying in class. Oh, man. Yeah. That's just devilish. That's some devil shit.
Dead legs.
Yeah, we didn't. Yeah, that was definitely a thing. Kneeing someone in the side of the leg. Yeah. Fucking bad. Too.
Doorknob. Remember?
What was doorknob?
Like you would fart and someone would go doorknob, and then you had to say safety after.
Safety was
or
the
else,
thing,
yeah.
Yeah, you get your shit kicked in, basically.
Such little,
that keeps you
younger person
accountable.
activity.
It teaches you accountability.
It does.
That's what I'm saying. That's subconsciously traumatizing. Just like sack wax, just standing next to a guy you just met, it's like your wife's friend. Nice to meet you, man. You just immediately put your hands over your dick. Now it's like, I don't know if this guy's just gonna come out of nowhere, fucking get me.
I remember being like middle school or something, and like I'd be like at the urinal, and then I'd have a dickhead friend just like push me a little bit while I'm peeing. And maybe that's why I can't use urinals, because last night I went out with some friends, and went to the bathroom, and I was in conversation with one of the people I was with while we were in the bathroom peeing. I went to the not next urinal, but the what would you call that?
The one that's spaced away, one space.
Yeah, one space away. Thank
Yeah.
you. And as we were talking, I was realizing like I can't pee right now. I don't know why. There's just like for some reason I was about to go in the stall.
It's more of a focus.
But then I didn't go in the stall, and I pretended to pee. Flushed the toilet
with this
and
kid.
It walked out with him. Well, this full grown man.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. That's not. That's he's
Whoa.
37 years old. You know?
All right. Yeah.
But I got back to the table and I was like, I still have to pee really bad. You know, I was with a group of people.
I'm gonna just go. Yeah, it's not normal, but just as long as we both know that, I'll definitely continue this.
I don't know why I didn't. I should have just made a joke like, I'm a shy guy. I got to use the stall.
Oh, is he a new friend?
No, I've known him forever.
Oh yeah.
If anyone's around me while I'm peeing at a urinal, I can't go.
I remember you had to leave
for some reason.
You had to go to a different bar.
Yeah,
You physically had to leave the bar we were at, go to a different bar.
That was a fucked up bathroom.
Because they didn't have toilets.
No, yeah, there was a stall, but it was closed or something. Maybe there wasn't a stall, but there had to have been. And it was a very...
There was a urinal and a sink, and then there was one toilet. And I think the toilet was out of order, but people didn't know.
Yep. And
so they would go in, and they would basically go in with you, and you would turn the other way while you like...
It was a very tiny bathroom in that scenario. And I was...
You have to take a fucking A game on.
So people are right behind you while you're peeing, like pretty much over your shoulder. And so I couldn't do that. But then I got to a point where I was just me in that bathroom, but I was just terrified of somebody coming in. Because literally you'd come in and then you're right a step away from me.
I think someone might have approached you as a child in the bathroom.
No, nobody did that. Nobody did that. And so... But I was scared of somebody coming in, so then that's when I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go to the bar next door.
Yeah.
Probably has stalls. I can urinate and come back. And then I got back and told you, and then your response was, "You're fucked."
Yeah, I do recall that.
But that was a different scenario because that bathroom in general at the first place that we were originally at was just really tiny.
Yeah.
And a lot of people were in it. When I finally got that sweet spot of no one, it was scary.
Really having to take a piss though and not being able to do so, it's not good. Mm-hmm. It's not good for anybody. We did pretty good when we did the road trips. I feel like I don't really remember how much we had to stop to piss. Like obviously once in a while we would, but
when we drove to
because when you drive with a woman, it distorts your reality of how often you should really stop because they need to stop every 3 hours to pee.
You would pee in a bottle just sitting there.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah. Okay. This is why
I would panic about it overflowing every time.
Dude, it happened to me recently. I had one of those Fairlife protein bottles. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but it's basically like a chocolate milk protein thing, but it has the label around the entirety of it, so you can't see how much liquid is left in it, basically.
Yeah.
And I had to go so fucking bad. And it's the worst feeling in the world. I was just so far from a bathroom. Cambridge and Somerville, no fucking bathrooms anywhere. They used to have porta potties. You know what I mean?
So what happened when you overflowed it?
Well, I turned around on my seat, so I'm already kind of exposed, if you will. Mm-hmm. And I look around, there's no one there. I'm not near a park or anything. We're good. And then I start going, and I'm thinking to myself, I really have to go, but I don't think it's going to be that much. Pretty good at guessing how much it's going to be.
Me too. I'm really good at it with a water bottle.
It's also hard to tell how much when you're kneeling down in an uncomfortable position. You don't get the real judgment of how much you got in you.
If you're kneeling down, right?
Yeah.
Because it relieves.
And I started going, and I was like, "Fuck, I can't see how far I am." And I was like, I haven't been going that long. I think it should be good. And then I just see bubbling start coming all over my dick and out on the seat, and I'm like, no, and it's going in my pants because I have the bottle in my pants. So it just goes all down my ass, all in the seat, inside my jeans and shit. And I was about to go sit down for breakfast, and I was like, "Fuck!" So I just took off. I just put the.
This happened first thing in the morning.
Yeah, at work. I put the cap on the bottle, and then I went back and I had to change, and it was just a whole mess. You know what I mean? Yeah. I was like, I can't go sit down for breakfast now. You don't deserve breakfast after what you just did.
The worst is when it overflows, and then you just don't know what to do.
Yeah, I really had to fucking go. This was emergency status. It just hit me. There was no bathroom near, and you make a judgment call. You do the best you can. Mm-hmm. But those situations suck.
When I wake up in the middle of the night, sometimes instead of just walking to the bathroom, which is 2 steps in the hallway, I just pee in a water bottle.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
I'll be talking to Dante.
Do you sleep through the
I'll be
night?
talking to Dante, my door will be open, and he'll just see a water bottle just filled with piss in the background. Because getting rid of it's gross.
I mean, yeah,
So obviously you get rid of it. But I just kind of...
you don't save him or anything in the closet. But
Because
do you sleep through the whole night? When you
No, I wake up in the middle of the night usually.
Once?
But I go to
Once or
bed
twice?
so late that when I go to bed late, which is every night, I don't wake up in the middle of the night typically because
Yeah.
it's already late. That would be the time I would wake up if I went to bed at like 10.
Yeah.
But the thing about
I go
let me
once.
explain myself a little bit with the bathroom being so close to me and I go in a water bottle. It's because I feel like the more I move and the more I just think that it's going to be harder to go to sleep after. Because if I do go to the bathroom, right?
I like your justification on things.
I'll get back to bed a lot of times and not be able to fall back asleep. But if I piss in a water bottle just right next to my bed,
That takes way more focus.
it takes a lot of focus when it comes to aiming and stuff.
Yeah.
For sure.
Like, you can just go mindlessly piss in a big bowl and then go right back to bed.
Not have to get rid
Taking
of
like
a bottle
4
of
steps.
piss.
Yeah. Yeah. By taking 2 less steps, you're definitely adding 3 or 4 more steps of work.
I'll start doing that every 10 out of 10 times. I do
Yeah.
it 8.7.
Hey, it's good to talk through stuff like this. No, but I'm saying, do it and see if you have trouble going back to bed. And then if you can't, hey, man.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I started doing the water bottle thing in the first place, though,
Yeah.
because I was.
I remember having an apartment in college, and I was second floor, and there was no bathroom on the second floor.
Oh, that's tough.
Oh, so I'd be bottled peeing quite often. But
That's
that's
tough.
more justifiable.
Way more justifiable.
And also, like, you're in college, fuck it.
Yeah.
I'm on the second floor. I ain't going down there. 5 other dudes.